Hey there, wrestling fans. John Pollock here alongside Jimmy Korderas. The first pay-per-view of 2013 TNA presented Genesis on Sunday night from the Impact Zone in Orlando, Florida. And Jimmy, the heel wins with the foot on the ropes. What a fantastic finish. And we got to see this multiple times on Sunday night.
Hey, if there's one thing we can count on TNA for is to establish great drinking games. Whether it's foot on the ropes, suicide dives, or just plain something else.
Well, they kicked off the new year with Jeff Hardy defending the TNA title in an elimination match against Bobby Roode and Aries. I thought this was the best match of the night. I thought that Hardy worked very hard here, and Roode and Aries, I kind of enjoy these two as kind of like a heel tag team. Hardy keeps the title. I don't think, not really a surprising finish, but I did think a very good match put together by those three.
Oh, absolutely. I thought going into this thing, we thought that this was going to be the match of the night, definitely with the three guys involved. The only thing that, being nitpicky here, is they tend to do it in these three-way matches where all three competitors are in the match for a lengthy period of time, and then once one person is eliminated, the second pinfall comes within less than 2 minutes. And maybe, have someone get pinned a little earlier and then have the, a one-on-one a little longer.
If there was one kind of tone to this pay-per-view, though, Jimmy, is yes, we had a very good main event here, and other than that, I mean, nothing really to write home about. It just felt like this was a pay-per-view that, why was this a pay-per-view? There was really no reason. There was no demand for any match on this show, and I hope that now that we're contracting down to 4 pay-per-views a year, that we don't have shows like this, where they feel like a chore for not us to get through, but for TNA just to put these shows on. Like, it felt like very little effort, a go-home segment on Thursday that didn't even focus on the pay-per-view. This, to me, was just a barricade in front of TNA that we have to put on this show.
Yeah, it seems that way. It just seems like another 3-hour version of TNA Impact Thursday nights. And last night it felt like they were promoting this upcoming Thursday night, especially with the wedding angle, which what could possibly go wrong there, of course.
The wedding's usually a flawless record if my track record is intact. Sting defeating Doc as Aces and Eights success record not intact at all here. It seems that the storyline is Aces and Eights is the least threatening heel unit in the history of pro wrestling, who just lose every single match, and I don't know what the threat is. What is TNA so concerned about of this group that anytime they mount any kind of offense are immediately thwarted down by Team TNA, in this version Sting?
And to make matters even worse, Sting is in the ring alone. Here comes several members of Aces and Eights, and Bully Ray comes down with the dreaded chain to chase them all off. I mean, it makes absolutely no sense.
Bully Ray, the suspended Bully Ray, did appear on this show as advertised. I don't know what is up with the suspension, but him and Brooke are inviting all of us to the wedding this coming Thursday night to hopefully pop a number. X Division's title remained with Rob Van Dam defeating Christian York, who had to get through Kenny King. I thought they were going to go the Kenny King direction on this show, but not the case, and Rob Van Dam keeps the title.
Yeah, a little surprised here. I agree with you. I thought they were going to go Kenny King, but, what I don't like is, again, if Rob Van Dam is the babyface in this situation, why wouldn't he say, listen, let's give Christian York a little rest before we continue with this match? I understand that he gave him the punch, but still.
Christopher Daniels, he became the #1 contender, defeating James Storm. He will take on Jeff Hardy, the January 24th edition of Impact. And now, with no pay-per-view until March, you kind of have this long period to kind of tell a bunch of stories, and they're going the Daniels route here as probably a television program that maybe extends past the 24th.
Well, hopefully. I like Daniels in his current iteration. I like his mic work and everything, and I like him as this heel character right now. We know his in-ring work is good. Hopefully he doesn't become the next Bully Ray, though.
Where are your thumbs on this pay-per-view, Jimmy? I've got to say, for a pay-per-view, I mean, a very good main event, but nothing of note really on this show.
No, didn't save the pay-per-view. Stay in the middle.
There you go, Jimmy Korderas. Right in the middle. They return March the 10th with Lockdown.